Let me do this. There we go. Meeting is.
I talked with John Jr. He's not in a good place right now.
Yeah, I told him to send me. I told him to give me a call so I can talk to him about the pendants and have him delivered to his house. But
yeah, we're live. Yay. All right. So, hey, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awaken Stories. Here again, finally, drum roll with King Smarty. Yay! Welcome back, boss.
what's up?
So glad. I've gotten questions for probably easily a month about what you've been up to. And, I'm so glad that we're back. So not sure if you want to start out with anything specific, but I know you released armadas in the past month or so. We've got so many armadas of angels out there. It's almost crazy.
Billions.
Billions.
Yeah, billions. And the more and more they attack us, those of us of the light that are doing good.
Yeah.
And we all know what attacks are like because everybody's experiencing them.
Oh yeah.
Even like people directly next to me. So the more and more they mess around, the more and more they're gonna find out. So the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
So the armadas are kicking ass and taking names. And are they getting tired at all? Like, do they need more people to help them, or how's that going?
No, not at all. There's plenty of them, and they're like me. They're just waiting for their orders.
Okay, awesome.
And I request every day to eliminate certain people, and Daddy says not yet. So
right.
We are an unstoppable force, and we have to follow Dad's um, guidance, Dad's rules, Dad's law, whatever you want to call it. We can't just eliminate an entire army without them exposing themselves.
Right. Right.
So that's what you're seeing happen all around the world.
Right.
And if you notice, because of them exposing themselves, more and more people are turning to the Jesus figure that they believe was me.
Right. Right.
That being said, it's still going to end up, coming to an end, and me being exactly who Dad says I am. And that's inevitable. There's no way around it. It's true. Daddy's bringing more and more people to the light, and bringing more and more people to being just all around good people. So that's where we're at with it. Even if you heard Trump's latest speech talk about all the Christians need to vote. What do you mean all the Christians need to vote? What about everybody else? See, that's the problem with these individuals. They're trying to categorize, different groups. Like, where's the love in that? How about all you loving people come and vote?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that being said, things are happening exactly the way that I said they would happen. Some take time, obviously. However, they are happening, and you are witnessing it all hands on, like right in real time. There's nothing to be afraid of. Dad is in complete control of it all. And as long as and as soon as you realize that Dad is in control of it all, you won't worry about the stupid shit. A lot of people are forgetting that they are here on missions. Not everybody, but those of us that are here on missions, we're literally here on missions to change and save the world the way we were headed. Now they'll do anything they can to get everybody off that track. It's impossible for me. The reason why it's impossible for me because I am Dad in the flesh. Okay? Daddy is me, I'm Daddy. I don't expect everybody to believe it, and I can care less. I'm going to complete this mission on liberating Earth, and I'm not going to be sidetracked, and I'm not going to be stopped. That being said, we will continue to do what we do, and I will continue to perform and show people how real I am, how real Daddy is. We all believe in certain things. Lots of people believe in God. Lots of people believe in whatever you want to call Daddy. Daddy is all loving. He is not the one that destroyed everything everywhere. Man, beings, certain entities are the ones that destroyed shit everywhere. Daddy creates, and he creates out of love. He created us out of love. And that's what we're bringing back to this earth, to this planet, to this realm. The love. That's why we started to help somebody campaign. That's why we started the family social events. That's why we're doing all the things that we're doing, and we're doing it countrywide. Like eventually it's going worldwide. But we have to start somewhere, and I've already started it. And through remote viewing and their what do you call it? Their looking glass devices, they already knew it was going to happen. That's why, years back, they would say Sananda and his humanitarian army was going to be unleashed, or however they said it. And it's true, and it's happening. It's right in front of your fucking face. Excuse my French. So I'm not telling you guys, I'm not blowing smoke up nobody's ass. I'm telling y'all this is what's happening. And we're validating it, we're doing it, we're proving it. Not that we have to, but it's you're seeing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a text, I got an email saying, "Where's Smarty at? Is he dead? We haven't seen him." Well, that's because they have been successfully shadow banning me and censoring me. You can't censor the skies, like I keep saying. You can't censor when we, shut down the Olympics. You can't censor none of that shit. We will not be censored, and the Light Brigade is here. And we're here to stay permanently. That's why my DNA will spread worldwide too, because we are going to change shit. And I don't care who likes it or not. That's my little speech for now. Let's go on with some questions.
Well, how can I top that? That's fabulous. So tell us a little bit about these events that are happening around the country. I've seen a couple, three up in the Northeast, like they're giving vegetables and fruit away and things like that. So can you kind of give me an overview of that?
Yeah, so what's happening is we're helping and sponsoring certain things all around the world, um, all around the country right now at this point. We got New York, we got Detroit, we got California, we got somebody in Atlanta looking around. We got everybody um, trying to put these, not trying, but putting these other events together where we help somebody today. We bring out same thing I did here.
Yeah.
Face painters, entertainers, food banks. We didn't have the food banks here, but we did face painting and entertainment.
Right.
We did a lot of those things here, but the purpose of these events is to help somebody today, like the food, especially the food, what they're doing in New York, right?
Right.
They already have their second one. Now, these individuals that are doing this, they're the ones that came down to my event as special guests. They witnessed everything, and they're like, what the fuck? We want to do this shit too.
Yeah.
So not only are they doing it, they left here with a different mindset, and now Daddy's put that fire in their heart that you can't stop because they want to be able to do good.
Right.
They want to do good. So they went right ahead. They went to work right ahead. And whatever they needed, as far as sponsorship, I help fund it. That's what we're doing. Mind you, I don't have all the money that I would like to have right now, but the money's coming too. I have full faith in Daddy that he will fund everything that he wants it funded, right?
Okay.
That being said, the more people that wants to help out, all they have to do is contact us. We're going to start putting direct phone numbers on the flyers so that we can. My phone is ringing off the hook because everybody that's involved in all of these campaigns are calling me right now. um, and if you saw the spreadsheet that I put out. I paid for that. I had a couple of donations where other people helped pay for it, but you see how much we spent to get it all done.
Yes, I did. Woof.
And it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we at the end of the day we helped a lot of people that day. We entertained a bunch of kids. We did raffles. We did all types of stuff like that. So that's what we want to mimic worldwide.
Okay.
And we're going to start. We're starting here in the U.S. and eventually it's going to go global because Dad's global. And for those individuals doing all the name calling and all this stuff about me, don't y'all see me working? How about y'all leave me the fuck alone so I can continue to do what I do?
Yeah, I'd like to invite any other person out there and see if they're actually funding events to help others without any agenda whatsoever. Like there's no publicity stunt, there's no, like it's not anything personal, it's just you're doing it because that's the right thing to do. Most of the times when someone else does an event, it's for an agenda. They are, they're getting a lot of sponsorship money for that too.
That's
So
true.
that was
That's
out
true.
of your own pocket, right?
Yeah, and you heard the lady. I'm not sure if you heard the lady yourself, but she told me that she thought it was bullshit. It was the
No.
face painter.
She did?
Yeah, she thought it was BS because we contacted her telling her we want to do a free event. We want you to come and participate.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you for so many hours to do kids paint kids faces for free.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pay you ahead of time to do it. How much? So she gave us the price, and I paid it without a problem. Right? She came, she performed, and then when she found out it was me, she came over and painted my face and told me, "We thought this was BS because nobody does this." And I was like, "No, it's definitely not BS. Would you like to be a part of the next one?" Absolutely. That's what she said.
That's so cool. It's so
Right.
cool. Yeah,
So we helped her by paying her, and she did her job by making kids happy.
right.
There's no other motives than that. That's it.
Yeah,
Spreading the wealth like never before, and um, entertaining the kids and being inspirations and stuff like that. We had guest people pop up, and I funded the whole thing because I want people to see what Daddy wants them to do,
right.
not just sit there and talk all this bullshit about more bullshit.
Well, and it was a beautiful event. I was there, so I did see it
Right.
with my own eyes, but I've seen the video and the pictures from the other events as well. So this other team of people have taken it upon themselves to help groups in New York City area. I mean, it looks fabulous. It looks
Yeah,
amazing. So we're starting a new movement,
that's right.
initially it'll be, we'll have to fund and pay people, but as time goes on, many of them will probably volunteer is my guess. They want to be something, they want to be part of something bigger to help others.
And that's the purpose of it all.
Yeah,
I would fund it all if I could, right? Um, um, the purpose of me releasing the spreadsheet is just to give people a rough idea on how much something like what I did would cost.
yeah,
And of course, the amounts and the costs will vary depending on the location and the people.
right.
Like for instance, in New York, it was only $200 to get the ice cream truck guy to come out and give away ice cream to the kids all day.
Wow.
And that's because he wanted to be a part of it. And he said, you know what? Just give me this and I'll do it. And I was
Wow.
like, say no more. Sent
Yeah,
him the money like that.
yeah,
We had another guy with the airbrush guy. He had like 300 shirts or 300, 400, 500 shirts, and he was just airbrushing them. And we had hats, so I paid for that too, so he could just sit there all day long and do it. The guy didn't even want nothing, and I still sent him money. Here, take that. He was like, "Oh shit, thank you." So that's what we want to do. We want people that will come in and be a part of this, not expecting anything, and then blessing them anyway. Imagine how fast we're getting ready to grow, because we are growing already. We got people everywhere already excited about it because they're seeing everything,
yeah.
and that's what we want.
You feel the energy. We feel it moving faster and faster. And you're right. People want to participate. Like now, so it's beautiful because it helps the participant or the attendee, but it's also a small business promotion. All right. So those small businesses that are out there doing these good deeds are going to be compensated and or donate their time, get their name out there. So it's just a win-win-win situation.
For
Again,
everybody.
raising the vibration here on Earth. So yeah,
And that's exactly correct. Now, here's another thing I want you guys to keep in
yeah,
mind. Because we put an end to the human trafficking and the harvesting of our children, we're going to need more of these events because they're no longer being kidnapped and all that stuff, right? So now we're going to have to create somewhere the children could have fun.
right.
That's literally what it is. It's sad
Yeah,
that it's crazy how I even have to say that shit. But since our children will no longer go missing, murdered, and drinking and eating, these events will help inspire them, and it will be done for free so that they can have a beautiful life like
right,
they deserve.
right.
At the end of the day, we all deserve it. We all deserve beautiful lives. And that's what these events are for helping people, not just the children, just in general. If we're paying a company or a person to come out and perform, and they're already being paid ahead of time, that's a blessing for them.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's important that we continue to do these things because it's going to change the vibration. It's going to change the vibration of the planet even more. I mean, we're already hitting. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes where you got the stock shit happening, you got the crypto crap happening, you got all this bullshit happening, and we're focused on helping somebody today because that's what Dad wants us to focus on.
right,
So what's that tell you? That means all this other shit is fading away. We're gonna help somebody today and continue to help somebody today where it's going to be so natural that when you're not helping somebody, like I said before, you're going to feel like shit,
right,
and you should.
right. Well, like I said, look at all the celebrities and billionaires. Okay, so if they make a donation or they start a charity, there's an agenda there. There's definitely going to be a photo op, okay, but there's an agenda there to sway somebody or launder money, whatever it could be. So these are events without agenda other than having fun and helping people. How beautiful is that?
That's true. That's true, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
What people don't know is that some of the celebrities don't even control their own lives,
of course.
which is why they won't participate in stuff like this because they're not the ones in charge.
Yeah,
And actually, some contracts even say that they can't be a part of any charities. Ain't that crazy?
totally. Yeah. But
That's why. That's why. Go ahead.
a lot of times I've seen them set up foundations and it's like, oh, that's because they're after a way to get the kids. They're doing these
Right.
foundations for orphans or this or that. That's a way to get to the kids. So there's an
Yep.
agenda. Yeah.
Yeah, and the ones that did wanted to do it, they had to do it secretly so that the cabal wouldn't find out.
Yeah. Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah, very.
Wow. So we see the Israelis kind of still doing their thing, but it feels like it's winding down. And I guess in the past couple of days, they brought a couple, about 80 bodies, I think it was, and buried them in a mass grave.
Yeah,
And so,
it's
what,
all being yeah,
yeah,
it's all being exposed. They're not telling you guys that they lost the war. They're not
yeah,
telling you guys that they lost everything. They got these rogue, um, these rogue agents or rogue even robots at this point doing all this bullshit. And of course, they're doing the whole CGI shit like they did the Kamala Harris last show. Like, come on, man, you guys are so fucking stupid. Y'all don't see this. What's going on?
yeah, that's the best you can do, right? That's the best you
Right,
can
right,
do.
right, right.
Wow.
You don't you all you see is the bombs dropping and stuff like that, but you don't see no real combat.
Yeah.
So,
And you said they still have to officially surrender.
well, they've already officially surrendered. They're just not saying it.
Okay.
And all of the stuff that you're seeing on the news and even these little media outlets, these wannabe intel providers
Yeah.
are posting bullshit too, because it's not like nothing that they're saying is happening.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Well,
Besides the obvious, there's somebody's dropping bombs.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to having that totally over so we can go in and help those people, you know? Like, look, we haven't heard a word about Maui in like over a year, probably. Not a peep. And like we have all these these scenes play out and we don't they're big for a couple of days and then they die out. Just like
Right,
Ukraine war, we haven't heard much about that recently. You know what I mean? It's still happening, but it's fizzling a little bit.
right, 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 right. Just because you don't see it in the public eye, that doesn't mean Daddy has doesn't have us working on it,
Right. Of
because he
course.
does. Um, if there was not to censor me the way they do, we'd get a lot more people involved, and um, we'd get the truth out. So, once that's nipped in the butt, everybody's going to find out the truth about everything.
Yeah.
And what I would like to have is, like I've always said, uncloaking all my ships. Let's land some of them, transform into our new, not new, but ourselves.
Right.
To
Right.
us, it'll be a new body because we're stuck in these, right? But
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is that they've always been there. So it's only a consciousness shift, and there's more evidence coming out about what I've been telling y'all for years. And the difference between me and everybody else is that I'm directly involved. I'm the supreme commander of it all. This is what they don't want you to realize and know. It doesn't matter though, because at the end of the day, when they all fade away, I'll still be here. So,
Awesome.
yep,
So exciting. And I mean, I've been saying this for months, but you can feel the energy ramping up. It's getting faster, it's getting stronger. It's like in the day seems like it's 2 hours long anymore. Like it's going so fast. It's like, wow. So we feel it changing.
that's true. That's true.
So exciting.
I'm working nonstop. Even when I'm sitting on the couch, even when I run around, I ride around, I do things nonstop, nonstop working.
Yeah,
So my time flies
yeah,
because not only am I working, but I'm doing something that I actually love. I love cleaning up this planet. I love healing people. I love helping people. Now, if you're trying to get me out of that, something wrong with you. Period. I need to focus on helping, loving, healing, restoring, blah, 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 blah. Everything else is a distraction.
true. true. I think you said something in a couple of your posts this morning about that, about we have a mission and anything other than the mission is distraction. So,
That's right.
yeah, I got a question from somebody. How do we know what our mission is? And, we're going to have more consciousness once we get our, real bodies, we'll call them. But what I always tell people is, you do what you're good at, you do what you feel like you should be doing. Well, should is not the right word.
Love.
Yeah, you do what you're called to do, not what you should be doing, like by the
Right, right.
rules. Yeah,
But what you love to do. That's why I always ask people, what do you love to do?
yeah,
Oh, I love to do this. I love to do that. Well, that's probably your mission then, huh?
yeah, yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So, and that's literally how it is. It's literally
yeah,
that way. If you find yourself stressing about something, cause and worried about something, it's because you're not doing what you love to do. Now, once you start getting into that mode of you loving to do what you're doing, everything else falls in place.
yeah,
Everything,
yeah.
everything. So I understand it's difficult. You know, I understand it's difficult to a certain point because I didn't really have I never really stressed about anything because I always did what felt good to me.
Yeah,
I didn't have a regular 9 to 5 for too long. I didn't follow everybody's rules for too long or at all in some cases. And I just did what I love to do and what daddy guided me to do.
right, right.
And that's what kept me in peace. I love to invent. Okay. I'm inventing stuff every day, writing it down, scribbling it, right? Whatever it is, you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that comes to my head, I write it down, and next thing you know, it starts to manifest, starts to unfold. It starts to be a reality. So all of the things that dad told us would happen is happening because he's the one that told us. And the more and more you're in your zone, the more and more you can manifest and create.
Right.
And that love is what gets you there. Because then you're loving what you're doing, and with you loving what you're doing, that energy is so powerful that it literally instantaneously manifests. It's not that hard.
I think we've gotten away from that because the school system, like we're taught that we've got to do all of these different topics and categories. But let's say you're only good at one. That's really the one that you love doing because you're good at it. It comes easy, it's natural. That's where your focus should really be, not all this other stuff. But we're
Right,
not taught that way, and that's one of the problems with the education system. We've got to
right,
flip
right, right,
over, you know.
right. So that I'm glad you just said that because just um, the day before yesterday, Dad told me and B that we have to buy all the schools.
Ooh,
So we're going to buy all the schools, and then JJ's working on the Move movement, where it's going to be like obstacle courses mixed with computers, gaming, mixed with like Ultimate Warrior, Ninja Warrior type stuff, where you're constantly moving and doing things and learning, and also earning every time you complete a task or a mission within the gaming system. So it's going to be physical and mental, if you
oh,
understand what I'm saying. So
yeah,
with that being said, and then the new school system that we put in place, people are going to learn everything there is to learn out there instead of being bamboozled to what we believe
right,
now.
right.
When they all realize that we're all one and we're all connected and we're all created by this awesome, loving, giving creator, all of this the bullshit down here will fade away. All of it. That's where we're going anyway. But however, the faster we all realize that, the faster we'll get there.
Hashtag
So
manifest.
so love what you do it, and be a part of what we got going on because this is what Dad wants.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Um, I've had this on my mind since the last time we talked, which is probably over a month ago. You had put out a photo of a royal family, okay? And they were all black, all right? So they were all in their gowns and blah, blah, blah. And I had asked you if that was a real photo, and you said yes. Could you describe that to us?
Well, the truth is, like
Yeah.
I've been saying, this planet was nothing but melanated individuals. You call them black, but they're not black. They're different shades of wheat, if you ask me.
Well, these were the darker shades of wheat, but that has blown my mind. So you said that was like Nicholas, the Tsar of Russia, whose family was murdered. Okay, so again, stolen identity or whatever. They took the property, they took the power, they took this, but they took the history, which is so interesting to me. So in less than 100 years, the whole story has been convoluted and twisted, and it's a little bit romanticized because it's a mystery, but
Well,
wow.
if you genocide a whole people, and then you only let some of them live, and then you let them repopulate in certain areas of the world, and then you're in control of their information in the history books and all that. That's how this stuff happens.
Yeah.
So that's literally what's been taking place for thousands of years. That's why you don't know nothing about the Tartarians. You don't know nothing about the colored people that was here.
Yeah.
This is what they do. They go into certain areas, and then they do what they're doing in Israel right now, right? What they did in Israel, and they constantly doing that throughout the centuries. And we're at the point where enough of that is enough, and full disclosure is guaranteed because I'm here. That's where we're at with it.
Yeah.
All of these different beings that used to be in position will be revealed. Even out there, like there's a lot of colored people out there, and because of the gene splicing and all that stuff is why you have certain colored beings when most of us are melanin. So
Interesting. We're gonna know this as time goes on. Like,
that's the purpose of the schools. Yes, everything
yeah.
is going to be taught.
Awesome. So this school, buying the schools, like physically buying them and then revamping curriculum and how the whole structure, I think, of school will have to be changed. Look at the kids go in, let's just say it's 8 hours a day, and they sit there in the classroom. The teacher goes blah, 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 blah all day. And the kids probably retain just a percentage of that, but they're indoctrinated. So just the fact that they would maybe have the ability to learn and think for themselves is very exciting.
Yeah, not only that, they're going to see things for themselves. Where the problem here right now, current, is that you got millions of people that never saw anything in what we're getting ready to do or
Yeah,
what we're doing.
yeah,
Right now you got millions of people filming spacecraft in the skies, millions, and the cabal's doing their best to censor it, but they can't censor everything.
right.
And there's all different shapes and sizes. So you didn't have to believe in aliens. Now they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
So the whole Rockefeller school system is also taking a dive.
yeah,
The stock market is taking a dive. Only what daddy wants will survive. The cryptocurrencies that are making noise right now will also fade away, and everything that dad wants will be in place.
yeah. Well,
Also,
yeah.
also what will be in place will be similar to what's already in place elsewhere. So all we would have to do is reconnect everything.
Oh. Well, one of the things I was just thinking as you were talking is, all right, so first of all, it's been 120 years, let's say. Our whole history has been changed, but the structure of society has been radically changed. And of course, school, like the whole school system. And I was just thinking how hard it would be to change it to what it should be. But since you have a model, it's gonna be easier than my mind is thinking.
Not only a model, but you have individuals who can't be stopped. And if I drop a certain device and say plug this onto your car, plug this onto your house, and you don't ever have to pay a fucking bill or put gas in it,
Yeah.
what? How you gonna stop that?
Yeah, yeah, it's huge, huge. Yeah. So that's
Exactly,
very exciting, very exciting.
exactly.
Yeah,
And the crazy part is that there's a lot of free energy devices out there that you can literally hook up in your garage and power your house. Why haven't you done it already? That's my question. Why haven't you done it already? Why are you still paying electric bills? Why haven't you done it already? You know
yeah.
what? Why haven't I done this shit already?
Well, I've used the source, what's it called? The source generator sticker. And, my bill actually went up. And I know it's BS because like even last month, I was gone for something like 20 days and my bill went up. How can that even be? I haven't been here to use anything.
It's
You know?
called manipulation
Yeah,
of the electric companies.
yeah,
That's what that is.
yep. And they're so corrupt, they're basically making money. And if you look at your bill, some of them itemize it. You might use like say $20 worth of actual service, but they've
Right.
got $100 in fees, taxes, and unknown items there that you have to pay. Like, what's that for?
Yeah. Just me living here, I've seen a lot of wait, what?
Yeah,
Huh? Is this
yeah,
for real? It's
yeah, yeah. So
crazy.
free energy is going to be big. I mean, obviously, we can heat and cool our houses, we can run our cars, all of that stuff will save money. Oh,
What the hell?
I don't know, but then
I saw that.
what was it? I mean, holy moly.
Done, done, done. B B B
It came
just said it.
across, right?
Yeah, B said in blue. So
Oh, done.
something got red hooked.
Wow. Well, whatever that was, I got chills and wow. Sorry, guys.
No,
So,
we saw it too. What'd you say? Oh, he said they got worse. But yeah, we saw it. It was captured.
good. Wow. Okay. So we were
You
talking
can't
about,
you can't fake that.
I did not fake that. That was crazy, huh?
No, I'm telling the audience.
I don't even know what that was. Like where
It's
they,
all good.
but we were talking about free energy.
It was a directed energy blast. That's what it was.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. You're all right. You're all right. Let it go. Let's go. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay. So, well, I was just saying, not only will it save the consumer money, it will save the planet. Okay, we're digging up the earth, we're causing all kinds of chaos and making a mess when we won't have to do that to the planet. So I'm
Right,
excited about that.
right. And all of the new buildings that I build
Yeah,
will have sustainability all by themselves.
yeah. That's amazing. And you're gonna have appliances as well. So they'll have basically little source cubes in them.
Yep.
Wow. Wow, that was just that my blew my mind a little bit. But how exciting is that? We saw about a month ago, we saw a couple reports that McDonald's had filed bankruptcy. And I've told a few people about that, and they're all like, no, that'll never happen. Look at the lines there. And I'm like, I think they're just preemptively filing the bankruptcy because the lawsuits are going to probably start and they're going to be shut down once they figure out what the source of their meat is and some of the other stuff. Is that like a fair thing to say?
Yeah, that is fair. However, they're still going to pay the lawsuits.
Yeah.
And those that don't believe that McDonald's filed for bankruptcy will see that they actually did, because all of the lawsuits have to be paid, and it will be paid with property.
Oh, oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, years ago I heard that, how here they build drugstores on every corner. They've always got a new drugstore going up somewhere. And then they'll go out of business a few years later. But somebody years ago told me that was money laundering. So they overpay everybody to build their facility. They may or may not even move into it. And then they have to sell the real estate.
Right.
There's
So
all
that's
sorts of ways they make money.
yeah. So that's what's been happening in a lot of areas, because we stopped the trafficking. They no longer can launder money, and now they have to create funds by other means, and one of them is boosting up the rent on the people that live or work or have restaurants in certain buildings.
Right, right.
There's a whole there's all up and down this island, people left their restaurants because they couldn't pay, because you're talking about from 3,500 to now 60,000 for rent. I mean,
Wow.
6,000 for rent.
Yeah, yeah,
So now they're trying to charge double, and they did it to me here too. So it's like, okay, what's going on? And when we looked into it, that's what it was.
yeah. I know over the pandemic, I saw a lot of restaurants and retail stores go out because the landlords wouldn't forgive the payment or defer the payment or whatever. They wouldn't work with the closed down retailer or restaurant. So the
Right.
small business person again suffers. Now, who was left open? You got Home Depot, Walmart, all the big grocery store chains. They're just raking in money because it's the only place people could shop then, right?
Right.
But the trend has continued with the mortgage rates have gone up, the interest rates have gone up, housing has diminished, like housing prices are crazy, but the rental prices have they've gone insane. And yeah, that's why you see so many homeless or people on the verge of being homeless. They can't live, they can't pay for it.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
and that's another reason why we have to we have to what do you call it, reform everything, because
yeah,
it's gotten out of control.
yeah,
It's way out of control. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy up all the properties, and then we're going to change things, and we're going to bring the people back into town. We're going to bring the people. Um, Not only are we going to bring the workers and the owners back into town, but we're going to bring in all of the tourists and stuff back into town.
yeah, yeah,
I keep telling everybody around here that, because there's an off season here. It go, 1 minute is everybody's here, and the next minute everybody's gone.
yeah,
So once we start building facilities and arenas and event places like that, we ain't gonna have an off season,
yeah,
because people are gonna come just to see what we do next.
yeah. And you're going to develop the pod system for transportation. So that's going to ease up on traffic and expense again, pollution, the whole thing. So it'll
Yep.
make it easier for people. Um, what about rentals and housing? Because, we've heard reports, I think it's Berkshire Hathaway I don't actually remember who it is, but there's been some big corporations, they've gone around, they've bought up all the properties and they're cranking up the rent. They're after the money. But like I said, the common person is struggling. What's going to happen in the near future for them?
Well, we're not gonna have what you call it, we're not gonna have people struggling, because we're going to release the basic income and all the other incomes.
Yeah,
And then as far as the rental properties and stuff like that, they're going to have to either change their ways or forfeit the properties, or people like myself will buy it up and then change it that
right,
way.
right.
So people are going to have more of everything.
Awesome.
A lot of people that are living paycheck to paycheck is not going to live paycheck to paycheck anymore.
Right.
Because they're actually going to find something that they love to do. And since we'll be creating more and more jobs and more venues and avenues or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
people are going to love to be a part of what we got, what daddy's doing.
Right. Awesome.
And if you got basic income and then you got other assistance and other streams of income, like, you know, you want to earn some more money, go over to the Move building over there. They got some obstacle courses where you can do some shit and you can get paid. Not only that, we're also going to put in place a weight management system. So when you start to lose weight, we're going to pay you for it. So we got already a bunch of things already lined up. We're just going to execute one by one by one by one. These are things that Dad is showing me to do.
That's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of a little kid that starts school, like most of them, like they like school because they like the social component. They like to play with their friends and stuff. So recess is usually, or gym is usually most kids' favorite hour. Lunch, of course, was mine. But so there, in my opinion, schools are important because of the social component. It tells you how to, you know, function in society. But, you know, I just think the way the curriculum is built and we're taught stuff, again, incorrect stuff on purpose, but we're taught stuff that we'll never use. Like who uses calculus, right?
Right.
Or whatever, algebra. Like it's good to know your basic fractions and, you know, stuff like that. But in real life, do we really need that? I don't think so.
Right.
So it'll
Yeah,
be good.
even the time frame, like you don't have to be in school all these hours when you can just spread it out and have a home computer and do like homeschooling and you know certain things over here and give you enough
Yeah,
time to go to places like the Move and
yeah, yeah,
other different things where you're um, constantly learning.
yeah,
Now, one of the things I'm sure I said this before, but one of the things was Daddy wanted us to do a 3-day work week.
yeah,
With that being said, we only got 3-day work weeks, so why not have a 3-day learning week? You see what I'm saying? And then you and your family, the whole family, can go enjoy themselves somewhere. And since you have
yeah.
more money now, because not only you but your children get a basic income,
Oh,
you can go out and do more things.
yeah.
So
And the entertainment will be wholesome. So, okay, like Disney in Florida, okay, I think it's over $200 a day per person to go to Disneyland. Okay. And then you got a family of 4 or 5. That's a ton of money. And so, of course, then you have to have the food, the hotel, the transportation. It's a really expensive thing for a week at Disney. And then everyone's tired and cranky and you know, you're trying to stay in line for the whole day because you paid so much money. That's crazy, right?
right.
Wouldn't it be great if we had a park where you could dip in and dip out? It was like inexpensive, wholesome. You didn't have to worry about your kids being taken, you know. You
That's
made,
exactly what we're going to build everywhere, and we're
yeah,
not going to charge.
yeah,
For instance, if you go to Atlantic City, you don't have to pay to get into the boardwalk where all the rides are at.
yeah,
You have to pay for the rides,
yeah,
but what if we change that too, where you don't even have to do that? All you have to
yeah,
do is show up, have a good time. Everybody's already taken care of because we created other streams of
yeah,
income to take care of the employees.
right.
Like this is while all these billionaires are hoarding all this fucking money, they could be doing this right now.
Yeah, yeah,
What's the problem?
yeah.
So
Perfect.
we're changing everything. We are.
Yeah, yeah. And that's you know, you see the billionaires and they do these occasional charitable things for an agenda, but they are just holding the money close. They don't care about people eating animals, eating the health of, or well-being of anyone. They just care about their own, you know, bank account. So it's going to be a new change of management. right?
That's right.
Yep. Okay. That's awesome. Awesome. It's so exciting. Well, my daughter had told me like about a month ago, she said the tide has turned. Having all these armadas out there, like it's been amazing. So that's really been helpful.
Yeah, well, she can see it. A lot of other people can see it.
Yeah.
The cabal can definitely see it, and even the U.S. military, army, and all that, they can all see it.
Yep.
I mean, it's hard not to see what's happening.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, especially if you have equipment to detect things. Um, they know they know what I'm saying has validity, but they still don't believe it, which I don't give a shit. B,
Yeah,
do you care what they think?
if they daddy, that's it.
That's it.
What do you say?
If they daddy, that's it.
Yep. Okay.
In other
No.
words, if it's daddy, we care. If not, no.
So cute. So, so what is the status of the historical assets that you were offering? Are those still available to people that want to purchase them?
Yes, we do have historical assets still available. All you gotta do is contact me. It's still an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
There is money moving, however, if you wanted to know that.
I do.
We just have to wait our turn. And those of you that did purchase historical assets from me also helped me pay for all these cool things that we're doing.
Right.
So you know, the money's coming in and it's going right back out.
Yeah,
Whether it's me funding a new product or new project or doing not fundraisers, but the social event that we just
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Daddy wants us to continue to do what we're doing so that we can lead by example, and that's what we're doing. That's what selling the assets was all about too. Not to mention, I bought us a couple of toys, but
Well, the thing is, you like this is what the billionaires would have done. They would have kept the historical assets for themselves. But instead of doing that, you've offered them to select people, that will be able to help others. It's going to ripple out in a bigger and faster way. So I think that's a beautiful thing.
it is. It is. We had some guys in New York with deep pockets, and they just shut us down because they weren't of the light. If you understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yes.
So they couldn't even handle the picture. Especially I posted. I sent them a picture with James Cisco in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, with the historical asset, I saw that. Oh my God,
Yep.
that's so funny. So funny. All right. All right. So we have just limited time here. Anything else you want to get across? Schools are going to change. Housing's going to change. The money is coming.
Well, the money is here. They're sorting things out. They're releasing it. This is why Iraq was the Treasury got involved with Iraq. Blah blah blah. Different things all around the world are taking place. Some of it is being reported. Some of it
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everything that I say will happen because it's coming from Dad. It's not coming from Smarty. People want to blame me for what I'm saying and doing. They want to blame me and say that I'm all these things where I'm just replying or what did you say? Reporting what Daddy is telling me to
Right.
report.
Right.
And another thing, he's already convinced me of everything. I don't give up what you'll say, okay?
Right. Right.
And not
Beautiful.
only that, I also have the abilities to back up what I'm saying. This is clear. We all know this already. All right. So that's another reason why I say we're going to do these events. We're going to do them all around the world. And
Yes.
if you want to interfere at your own risk, because you will lose your life if you interfere with something that Daddy wants, if he wants you to lose your life.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
giving y'all a fair warning. That's it.
Beautiful.
Very
All right.
beautiful. Daddy is everything. We wouldn't have none of this stuff if it wasn't for Dad. And I know this. I appreciate everything he's done for me. Even the headaches, right? Even the headaches. I appreciate the headaches too, because at the end of the day, it's a learning curve for me. This is what not to do. Do or what not to do. All right. Well, we're good to go. We got other stuff to take care of.
Well, we will ask more questions next time we get together. I have probably 4 pages of questions for you.
We'll get to them this
Thank you.
well, we got people coming into town, so like Sunday, Monday, we could do the next one.
All right. Appreciate your time very much.
Yep, you too. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sue's been a big help, and everybody, we're going to start what do you call it? Gathering up more people to participate. So if you didn't cause problems in the past, you'll be welcome to join us now.
Yay, yay.
All right,
Yay.
love you
Thank
guys.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.